When I pedal my cruiser bike nowadays, I often have to remind myself that although people are smiling in my direction, they are not smiling at me. For most of my life as an urban cyclist, I wouldn't say people have been happy to see me on my bike. Indifferent, yes, tolerant for the most part, and very occasionally aggressive and or threatening. But now, when I'm on a cruiser bike and people see Jay, my 28-pound passenger buckled into a plastic seat between the swooping handlebars, they smile. Or wave. I was never anti-cruiser bike or anything like that. They were fine for other people. I just didn't want to own one. For most of my adult life, my living space wasn't big enough for more than one or two bikes. Since 2016, I've owned a commuter touring gravel bikepacking road bike built by my friend Gregory. And for my needs and athletic ambitions, it's been perfect. When we moved into a house with a garage, a couple other bikes materialized, but even when Hillary hopped on the vintage Peugeot cruiser she'd found, I rode my one bike. I just always wanted to get somewhere, fast, or at least efficiently. Give me a few gears so I can get up to 18 miles per hour without my pedaling legs looking like the Roadrunner. I didn't even take my dad's offer of a free cruiser bike, a 2008 Felt Bicycles New Belgium Cruiser, which you could only obtain if you A, worked at New Belgium, or B, lived down the street from an 80-something-year-old guy who won one in a raffle and was open to selling it, which is what my dad did. Then we had a baby. I became, as someone once put it, my family's assistant manager. Hillary took the strategic lead on nearly everything, and I helped execute that strategy. Many new objects showed up at our house, handed down, gifted, and sometimes even purchased new. During my assistant manager duties, I was dismayed to find that a front mount child seat, strategically purchased by my family's CEO, Hillary, did not fit on any of our bicycles in a manner that would also allow pedaling. So I asked my dad if he was still interested in getting that New Belgium cruiser out of his garage, permanently. And he was. The bike seat fit on the cruiser, and we put Jay in it as soon as he could safely fit. We set the seat where it worked for both of us, and we were off. I mean, off as fast as you can really go on a very heavy, one-speed bicycle with a coaster brake. An old friend of mine who loved road cycling used to joke that if you didn't go at least 40 miles, it wasn't a real bike ride, which I get. But I also quite immediately found a different kind of value in looking down at my kid's helmeted head and his tiny hands hanging onto the handlebars. Jay is at ease during our bike rides. Like his mom and dad, he prefers a bike seat to a car seat. When he's bored or fussy, instead of Googling things to do with toddler for 45 minutes, I often just grab our bike and pedal loops around our neighborhood. It generally calms him down and sometimes even points to the bike and wants to get up in his seat. People wave or smile, or sometimes, like the guy in his yard one morning last fall, they'll matter-of-factly announce, "That's cute." I have jokingly called it baby on a bike as a public service, but really I'm doing it for myself. Pedaling the long way home from daycare pickup is sometimes the best part of my day. In the existential sense, most bike rides don't really go anywhere. It's really a feeling we're after, or maybe a story. I'm sure there's some sort of lesson here about learning to slow down or something like that. But when I think about the old me who had no use for a cruiser bike, I think it's more like this. You never know what might make future you happy.